Hi guys, Dan here with a new video on how to level your workshop as quickly as possible. I've started this video I don't know how many times. I've had to restart and basically delete I don't know, probably a dozen times now because there's just so many things to cover, and I always seem to miss one or two, and I hate that. So once again, I've taken one of my lower level characters, got him up to level 8 because you need to be level 8 to get the workshop quest. Yeah, I'm going to start out with the basic stuff. So if anybody that's more of an advanced user, please feel free to skip ahead. I'll try to cover everything that I can think of that will help you level quickly. And right now, what's going on is let me just focus on it up here. I believe it's going to be this thing here, this right here. So double professions is going on right now. And I apologize for getting this out so late. I've actually been trying to do this since the beginning of this event started. Double professions is, if you want to level quickly, this is the best time to do it. Now, this isn't going to just focus on double professions. There's just so much more that you can do otherwise, but this is really a good time, and there's a couple of good reasons for it. First off, as it says here, morale costs are cut in half. So I'm not able to show it to you for a few minutes at least because I don't have the workshop quest yet. I don't have that finished yet, but I will be able to show you in a few minutes. But basically, it's going to cut your morale cost in half, so you can do twice as much. And in actuality, you can do about 250, 2.5 times as much on certain items. You get 400 morale a day, and you instead of costing 5 per item, you can drop it down to 2. And obviously, the higher rank items will cost more, but we'll get to that. The other part of that is your experience. That doesn't tell you this, but the experience the artisans get for crafting during double professions is doubled also. So that's a really good plus. But first off, let's start this ball rolling. So I'm going to go to Protector's Enclave. I've already talked to Sergeant Knox and gotten the workshop quest. So if you look at the map, this area here is where you're going to go meet. You're going to get the start. You're going to start your workshop quest, right? So we'll just zoom on down here. So here's the first part. This is a no skip cutscene, which is kind of annoying. I kind of wish they would have left the skip in on all of these, where you can just hold the escape key down until it goes away. But it is what it is. This is a one-time thing per character. So I gotta wait a couple seconds until that little circle up here disappears. Okay, otherwise it'll just keep bouncing me back. Go into the workshop. Then we'll go to the next cutscene. It's not too long. I'm going to interact with Lord Montworth. He's going to say, do you want to do this? We're going to say, yeah, we'll do it. And then he's going to want to give you the option to talk to all of these different, they're basically going to be your manager. That's going to be your kind of the guide to help you figure out what to do while you're in the workshop. So we've chosen it, and we're going to go ahead and accept the quest. Then we wait for the retainer, that's who it is, to show up. And then we'll go ahead and do this. So it's going to ask you to choose your starting profession. Now, a lot of times what you'll hear in these videos is leatherworking is the best. So leatherworking is great for just earning money. But if you want to level quickly, you want jewel crafting. And the reason for that is basically it's very inexpensive to find things to craft that both make money and also help you level at the same time. So we've chosen jewel crafting. Now we're going to go ahead and accept the kit that has all of your profession starter stuff, your supplies. Then you're going to do one more thing, and you're going to learn how to do run the workshop. So basically, you do that, you're going to have to go up here and talk and do this intro quest up here. Well, it's not a quest, but you're going to basically be shown a bunch of artisans. You're going to want to accept every single one of these guys. And the reason I say take everything at first is because one of the quests early on, you're required to have at least 14 artisans, and you don't want to have to, like, if you're only choosing the artisans that you want to keep forever, or at least in game, that's going to come back to haunt you when you get that other quest and want to proceed, because you won't have enough artisans. So here we're back here. We're going to say got it. Now you need to go and use the work table to order an item, or to craft an item. But first off, before you do that, you got to go into your inventory and open this profession starter kit. So we're going to skip through this thing here. It's going to basically walk through all of this initial stuff about what everything is. So it's going to say, you choose a material, you have a commission cost, you have a proficiency level, and so on and so forth. So we're going to choose an artisan. What I recommend, choose the one that costs the least and is the fastest. Ideally, don't even worry about the cost. Worry about who is fastest, because you're going to want somebody who is who's going to be able to help you level quicker. Now, the one thing I didn't realize until recently was, so if you look at the special skills, this one has recycle, and this one here has dab hand. Now, dab hand, it only works on finished products. So I'm not finished products. It only works on components. The finished products it doesn't work on. So normally Miracle Worker is what you're shooting for, because it doesn't matter what you're doing that on. Miracle Worker will make it so you'll get an extra item like almost immediately, depending on how you craft it. With dab hand, you'll get an extra item if you're making a component. So for this person, what I'm going to do to level is I'm going to make items I can sell. So those are finished products. The dab hand's not going to help me any, at least not right now. But you can see my proficiency at 65%. If you look at this and go, okay, we're going to click through this first. We have to do one thing, right? And then we can go and move on to the next level of this quest. But let me just go through this real quick. This proficiency level is not the percentage chance that you have of success. You would think so. I mean, 65% should be 2/3, right? But it's not. It's based on some other arbitrary level, and I don't know what that arbitrary level is. If you tried to go through this and hit craft a gazillion times, yeah, you'll probably get lucky and get it. Like, I might get it the first time. Let's see. Got it the first time. Perfect. So now I'm at level 2, and that improves my proficiency level. But if you craft enough of these, you'll notice this percentage is not the same as what you're getting, and that's because it doesn't work that way. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't really know what level it's basing things on, but it's not this percentage. So I'm going to stop here, even though I can keep going. I'm going to stop here so I can get the next part of the quest. And the reason we want to do that early is because the quest is to go over here and go to your adventurers and have them start gathering. And you want them to be able to finish gathering before you, in order to move on to your next quest. So I'm gonna have to move actually back to this. So I'm gonna do this. All right, well, whatever. I'm gonna choose an adventure, and it doesn't matter which one, because we're gonna put them both to work. But we want a proficiency. Now, the nice thing about the gathering is, even if you fail at the gathering, it still counts for this quest. So I'm going to put this guy, I could put him on this. I think I'll do that anyway, just so I can make sure I get something to craft with, but probably not going to need that. So we'll put her on this, put 15 out of 20. When you're trying to level, being under the percentage is fine. You actually will make up more experience points when you get into success, more leveling experience points than you would getting a bunch of successes at an item that's easily attained, that you have 100% on. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can go back to this thing, and she's going to say, what else can I do? Well, you can buy materials at the merchant. Big deal. La-di-da. What you're doing for the next part of this quest is working on leveling here. You've only got 2 artisans. We're going to go back to this person here. All right, and I'm going to just keep working on this. I've only got that percentage, which again is not going to be the same. And I'm going to use one of the things that I've mentioned in some of my other videos. I have a keybind, or not a keybind. I actually have a programmable mouse, Red Dragon M612, that I've got the fire key set up so that if I just press the button down, it just keeps rapid firing the left mouse button. So it just, instead of me having to tap away, I could just hold that button down. So I'm going to do this until I hit level 3. All right, you see I've got some failures there already. All right, I've hit level 3, which says, okay, 86% chance, that's great. However, I want better tools now. So normally I would go ahead and buy up well, actually I probably need to buy this anyway. So I'm going to get me some tools first. I'm going to get me 1 bronze file and 1 iron file. you, let me go back here. Okay, so I'm buying up stuff for my premium level 2, or sorry, the second tier task, which is going to help me level up really quickly. So I need sandstone. Nope, I don't need animal bones. I need deer antler. Okay, all right. So you see, I'm down to like 1 gold, 1.5 gold, but that's no problem. And here we go. So if I put the bronze file in now at 190 out of 180, I'm over the cap. I'm easily going to be able to make that 100%. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump to my second tier task, which I'm way under on. I'm 61%, and I am just going to spam away until I hit level 5. So level 5 is when you can use the iron file. Okay, and that will take me up from 73% to 90%. And now I'm just going to spam click this thing. By that I mean I'm going to hold my mouse button down and let the mouse do all the work, instead of me getting carpal tunnel trying to do this. And now this is not the best crafter for this. This is just a good one for like dab hand, but again, I'm not getting any extra experience for this because I don't have this is a finished product. If dab hand were able to proc here, which I could probably use like making the silver ingots and stuff if I really want to craft to level quicker. Well, right now, for the very first set, my goal is to make as much gold as possible so that I can not worry about that anymore. If I were to make silver ingots, that would be 5 each, 5 morale each instead of 2. Again, that would let dab hand proc, which she has a 15% chance of happening. And when dab hand procs, you do get extra experience for it. I wonder if I can show that to you. Well, let's see. Let's do something that, yeah, we'll do siltstone, whetstone, because I want to see if I can show this to you. Might take a few minutes, but then we'll go back to finishing the other thing. Sandstone, there it is, right up at the top. So let's go with, I don't know, 30. Probably don't need that much, but okay. So if you look at her experience points there, it's 26,917, right? So I'm going to try to get this to proc. And you'll tell if it's proc because you'll see a little star up here about your skill activating. That was 2. Oh, that's not going to help. I got to keep looking at her experience every time. So 50,440. And we get 7841 every time this happens. So 25, 33. It's just not proccing for some reason. So it'd be 41.5. 49,373. There we go. Finally hit 49,373. Now 49,373 I should have about, if I only got, well, if I got double, I'll get another 15k. So about almost 65k or so. So let's see what I got. 65,055. So there we go. Finally, good God, that took forever. Typically this is about where you'll get to on double professions. You can get to level 10 or level 11 just depending on how lucky you are on the rolls. Now I was trying siltstone, whetstone, which is a higher proficiency. We're at 380 here, and this is 390 is the requirement, and versus this one only requires 310. So typically if it's a higher proficiency requirement, then you'll get more experience per item. You saw I was getting about 7k for that. This one I was getting, you get almost 4k. So had I done just those hartshorn rings, I would have probably nearly 100 gold right now. It's up there anyway, but that's the idea. So that's what you would do to get your process started. So I've already gotten this guy up to level 10 on a profession, and this is just starting. Follow that simple principle. You want to craft stuff that initially is above your proficiency level, not way above it, because like I said, 50%, 60%, you want at least 60% if you can get it, because that it's not actually 60%, it's lower than that, but you can risk it at that point, because the reward of getting a success far outweighs the losses that you're getting from not having successes. In experience anyway. I mean, if you just need the gold, absolutely just stick with stuff that you've already met the skill level at. This is kind of why typically when I first start a character on this crafting process, I will do this and just do the Hartshorn rings all the way up until I finish using up all the morale. From there on, when I go back to do stuff, I will work on things that will level them higher. Like I will, at this point, I would buy a steel vial, and I would start crafting mithril, but I would also need mithril ore. This is another thing. If you want to level quickly, you're going to want to have the materials for it. So what I recommend is that you keep your adventurers going, because you only have a few, you only have a little bit of box spaces here to start with, right? We're going to actually level up to workshop level 2 because we've already met the minimum, which is level 5 is all you need to get to. You have to get this part done where you've done your gathering, right? Now you want to look, you want to check back on this often. I've hit level 2 because again, this is double profession, so we're getting double experience, but these guys are only level 1 each. Probably 1 or 2 more things that they gather and they will hit level 2 also. Once they hit level 2, stop what they're doing. The reason I say that is because that proficiency level doesn't change while they're continually do the process. Even if they went up 20 levels or went up to level 20, if you don't stop them and restart them, they're gonna this proficiency and focus are never gonna change. So you want to stop them and start them again. But the biggest reason is when they go up a level, they're gonna increase their proficiency. And when their proficiency increases, you want to put them on something more challenging, so that you get more experience. With double professions, you can within 3 days, from what I've seen, you can either be at rank 8, anywhere between rank 8 and 11, if you're being fairly aggressive about coming back and checking on this stuff. And by fairly aggressive, I mean a couple times a day. Preferably when you're first doing this, you're not gonna do it that often. And the biggest reason is because the number of the artisans you get, the applications you get, is based entirely on how often you go to your workshop. I've seen it go up to as many as 6 artisan applications at one time. But that's pretty aggressive when you're going to the workshop that often. Well, obviously, if you have just started the profession, you have not been going to the workshop that often. So, maybe after you come back the 3rd or 4th time of the same day, you can find actually some applications in here. Usually, though, what's going to happen is you're just going to have to wait till the next day. Now, if you want to do a quick calculation here, I'm going to have 18 workbench spots in just a few minutes, but you can see these are 10-minute tasks. They're taking a little bit longer because these are minus 25% speed artisans, right? So we'll assume about 12 minutes each. So I'm using 2 at a time, 12 minutes. So I could fill up 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 in an hour. I'll fill up almost the entire box in an hour, and then I'm going to get another 8. So in less than 2 hours, the box will be full. I recommend that be your goal, is to get back roughly around the time the box is going to be full. Empty it out. You'll see that you've leveled up probably 2 levels, at least 1, and your characters, your adventurers, will level up. Come back, stop them, and then figure out what next task they can do. If they're at level 3, if the gathering's at level 3, it doesn't matter what their level is. If the gathering's at level 3, then you can go to the next tier of tools, which is going to be bronze. And then when it's at level 5, you can go to the next tier of tools, which is going to be iron. And once you get to higher than that, you're going to want to get steel tools and at level 8, and then level 11 is mithril, and so on and so forth. Again, if you want to level quickly, you want to stay on top of that. So you buy your other tools from the vendor, but you can't summon them this way. You just go to the one in PE, just go to tools, and whatever thing you're looking for, you want to buy, rather than just buying haphazardly anything. Figure out what the the proficiency bonus you're getting for it is, and add it to the character. So bronze tools will add 100 proficiency. Iron is 155. Steel, if it's +1, is 224. Mithril is 280 if it's +1. If you want to look for that, I would recommend either crafting them yourself with, if you would need extra other workshops that are significantly higher for that, but otherwise just go and look on the auction house under tool, and then just look up whatever you need. I would recommend going with the +1. It's up to you, but varying as you get higher level, you can see the difference. So this is only 12 proficiency, 212 for a plus, for non +1, versus 224 for a +1, but you can see that's well over double the cost. It's up to you whether you want to just go with the lower tier and go from there, because you're not shooting for 100% proficiency anyway right now. You're shooting to get as close as possible and get it so that you can level quickly. Obviously the extra 12 points is great, but if you want to save the AD, it makes perfect sense not to worry about it. Anyway, that's how you do that. And the other thing, of course, if you are at the level, like if I was wanting the mithril, I would want to either have another artisan or another character gather it and send it to this character, or the other thing is just buy it off the auction house. So if you need your you just need mithril ingots or ore, then you could just buy that off the auction house. You want to figure out whether or not this is worth your AD to buy, right? Obviously for leveling, it probably is. For 3000 AD, for 100 mithril ore, that will get you a lot of artisan experience points. All right, so we have pretty much finished with this character. What I want to point out is you see I don't have anything in process. That's because I want my gathering to go up as fast as possible. The easiest thing to level is your artisans, because you get that daily morale to spend. Now I could also put her crafting, but it's going to interfere with my leveling of these guys, because as you said, it's going to be 2 hours and I'll have this workbox full. But if I have other stuff going on at the same time, it's just going to interfere with how quickly this levels up, and I want this to level quickly. And the reason for that is when I'm crafting later on, I'm going to want materials for that, and it gets really time consuming to have to send that or buy that off the auction house or send it from other characters. It's just much better if you can level your gatherers as quickly as possible and get that done. I have gatherers at level 15 that I just started at level 1 at the beginning of the double professions. Unfortunately, like I said, it's going to be a lot slower when it's not double professions, because you're getting double experience points for whenever you gather stuff, but still a really good deal. All right, so let's move on. That's this guy. I'm going to come back to him later to make sure to keep emptying that box, and then keep upgrading my tools and my gatherers, and keep checking for new ones. But let's move to the next one. All right, so what I did was I saved a character here that I want to show you what you can do to level quickly. All right, so this character has already started. Been working on this for a little while, but again, I'm leveling, so I'm working on my gathering. But I've hit level 11, which means in gathering. Actually, let's see, am I still level 11? Yeah, almost. I'm at level 14. So once I hit level 15, I'm going to want to change to black iron tools, and again, as I do every time, I'm going to make sure that I have the right skill. Like him, he's at 99%, right? And with the mithril pickaxe on mithril ore. Well, if I cancel that and I go over to mithril ore and put him on it, I don't think this is recent, so let's check. Mithril pickaxe. So now you can see he's at 563. He's way over 100%. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cancel all these guys. All right, and I'm going to put him on a task that's more appropriate to his skill. So 563, I'll put them at something either at 580 or 570. Let's see, do I have a 570 requires a tool I don't have, so let's go with something like this, because this is actually going to be helpful later on for my jewel craft. And then what do I have for some of my other guys? I know I have some scythes, so let's see. I've got 2 mithril scythes. And these are my 2 fastest professions. Now this guy I want to level eventually because he's really good. I'm probably going to stop using her at some point because she costs extra commission multiplier, but right now I'm leveling, so I want to get the fastest people possible. So again, I'm using the best tool, a mithril, because I'm less than level 15, and I'm just going to see what skill proficiency she's at. You notice it says 280. I'm going to clear the slot and put it back in again. I don't know why it does that. So 523 is what I'm at. We're probably not going to use it on this, but we'll see. And then for Rona, 547. Well, I've got 2 mithril scythes. Might as well just keep them here, even though that's way above their percentage. If I succeed, then it's worth it. So we'll do that. And now these tasks are, this is 1 hour and 8 minutes. This is almost 2 hours. That's 1 hour and 20 minutes. So yeah, the bench is going to fill up pretty quickly, but not so quickly that I can't have other tasks going. Like right now I have one of my artisans crafting yew logs or yew lumber. I won't have too many crafters at the same time, but here we go with accepting people that I could use later. Let's see if I can clear some people on here. Let's see, I'll get rid of you because I like alchemy, and I'm going to keep guys that I could possibly use later. Alright, so there's that. Now I have to go back to the other workshop because I forgot to show you the part where I'm going to level that workshop to level 2. So we already hit that point. In fact, let's just do that real quick. We're at Luna. Okay, so we were on El Primo, the 1. Alright. Yeah, okay, we're here. Let's do this. Yeah. What do we want? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, again, completing the running a workshop quest. Now, we also have clean up and repair the workshop because we hit level 5 easily. That is a matter of going over to the guy over here, the professions vendor in this bazaar area here. I'm going to talk to him and do number 2, which is needing supplies. He's going to give a list, and we'll show that to our retainer. Normally what I do ahead of time is I go ahead and give myself the components from one of my other characters. Let's see, but let's see. Give me a second here. Now you can buy this off the auction house. You can see the list again. Let me show you the list again. Alright, natron is what I'm looking for because this is a gathering thing. You need 10 of them, and plus 1, but everything else you would have to craft. I don't want to have to worry about that, so I am going to just, there we go. There's my 10 natron. I give them to my retainer so that she can package them up for some reason. Okay, where the hell thing? Okay, I already grabbed them. Okay. Alright, so hand over the natron. Alright, she puts in a package. We go to Bolden, press 2, and then just that, and then you go back to your workshop. Okay, then we go over to Bolden here. He's going to talk about how bad the workshop looks. And we're going to say, yeah, I know, I'm going to fix it. Go over here, and then we just click on the button here, upgrade to level 2. And this gives us not only a nicer looking workshop, it gives you 6 more slots in the delivery box, and that's important for a couple reasons. And it also gives you more artisans that you can employ. Right now we can have 17 max. I believe before it was probably 14, but I don't recall exactly. But now, like I said, we have 6 more slots. So, but anyway, that's this. I'm going to just park this. I mean, I could just park this guy outside the workshop, or just let him, time out and go to there, or I could just park him in Ebb and Downs where it loads quicker, and then when I need to go back to the workshop, because I'll be right next to the door, I can just go to the door. All right. So again, we'll change character and go back to my other one that I was working on a minute ago. Now I'm going to show you how quickly what you can do at a beginning level for alchemy. Let's get this started. Let's get this party started. So I've already sent myself some stuff to start my leveling. We really want to level up my my alchemy, because that is going to be my end game. So I'm going to work with you. Already kind of went through this process, so I'm just going to get myself to level 3. I'm just going to use up my materials here. I'm not even going to bother with buying more animal hide. I'm just going to move right up to here, even though I'm really low on percentages. This should, when it succeeds, get me to level 3. Then I'll go into my next tier tool, and I'm just going to use this until I hit level 4. Okay, that gets me 100%. This is a pretty good artisan. So now I'm going to go to my upper tier task now. So anyway, so let's spam this until I hit level 5. Okay, level 5, I'm going to go to my iron alembic, and then we're just going to craft away. Now my goal here is to hit level 11, right? I mean, I could do other things, but once I hit level 11, I can start crafting things that, will earn me a hell of a lot more experience points, or experience, than just the potions. Actually, I could be doing it once I hit level 8. I could be using a steel alembic. You can see I'm already over my 100% proficiency. But what am I going to craft up here that's useful? Well, fish glue is the next thing. You would think honey, because that's actually a really useful item later on. You actually get more experience for fish bones, even though they're lower proficiency, 490 versus 510. For some reason, you get more experience for that. So I will be doing that once I hit level 11. I could probably do it at level 10 with a steel tool, but rather than buy that, I'm just going to go all the way to level 11 with this, just to show you that you can do it. Now it's tricky. If you have a character with, if you have an artisan that is a miracle worker or a dab hand, you're definitely going to make level 11 out of this on double professions. Be level 8 or so if on non-double professions period. But you'll make at least level 7, even if you don't have that artisan and it is not a double professions week. And the biggest benefit of leveling quickly is you get professions that will be really handy during events where you need higher crafting levels. Again, the gold factory is great for if you're doing alchemy, but it takes a while usually to get decent alchemists. You see I'm getting pretty close to level 11 there. Jewelcraft at level 20 had some really good artisans that have miracle worker, which is great again for Gond. Let's see, we might make a level 11, we might not. Looks like we will. Alright, there's my mithril alembic. And here we go. So it's 411 with the iron thing. So if I pop in my mithril alembic, now I'm easily able to do the fish glue. Now, when I get to higher tier, I'm going to want honey, right? But I really can't show you now because I'm out of morale. But oddly, the game gives you more experience for crafting fish glue. That's handy. Fish glue is handy for crafting, making tools and stuff. So I will definitely do that. Mainly my goal right now, though, is just to level as quickly as possible. So these guys are both level 1. I really can't do much with that unless I, want to craft some lower tier stuff. But I will work on that later. for now, now I have this going. I do have him still work on that. I will work on getting some copper nickel ore so I can get these guys up to level 20, but you can see the profession's already there. And there you go. That's how to move forward quickly on at least your alchemy. Just a couple of other things you could do that I don't necessarily recommend. You during double professions, it's the most beneficial time. But if you want to replenish your workshop morale, you can go here to your retainer and just buy it for 80. If you have VIP, you get a discount, which is like what it's showing here. It's somewhat higher for people that don't have VIP. You can get up to 300 morale, which is obviously much, but it's normally you get 400 morale a day for free. You can get 300 morale this way, and if you want to do it that way, you can get a little bit more bang for your buck spending that morale. So that was what, 27k for 300. What can I get with 300? Well, 300 morale would probably be enough easily to get my 300 morale will get you probably a level from 19 to 20, or several levels on one of these other tiers. So are there any other ways to go faster? Well, probably. If you have any ideas that you know of, please let me know. If you have any comments, otherwise, I'd be happy to see them, and I'm sure anybody else who's watching this would be happy to see them as well. I hope this has been of help. Hope you're having a great day. Happy gaming. GG.